Yeah. Okay. Hey guys, is this better? Oh, please let me know if you can hear me. Better. Okay, perfect. I'm just gonna move a bit because the lighting has changed on this phone. I don't know why it's changed that much. Okay, there we go. I still look cute. Okay, cool. Let me just get my chair. Okay, cool. All right, good. Thank you guys so much for rejoining us. Okay, cool. Yes, apologies for the technical difficulties. I think that's it now. Okay, cool. You can hear me, see me. Everything's good. I'll just wait for you guys to respond and then we'll just jump on with Kojo. Okay, great. Janet. Great. Okay, wonderful. So now we're gonna go on live with Kojo. Sorry guys, I left my book over there. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna go on live with Kojo. So I'll just requests. Oh, he's not here yet. Oh no, he is. There we go.
Yo.
Hey, welcome. How are you?
I'm good by the grace of God, man. I'm working good. I'm good.
Good. So can you please introduce yourself to us? Tell us a bit about you, what you do, etc.
Yeah, so obviously my name is Kojo Ampadu. Other people know me by the YouTube name, which is Little Black Book.
Yes,
So I
little
do,
black book.
yeah. I like that. So I've got the name of Little Black Book, which I do a lot of stuff around relationships, around God, around celibacy, around celibacy, sex before marriage, you want to call it that. So I do a lot of stuff around that. Do a lot of TV commentary and body language on my channel. I just basically I try to be a horn for the generation, which is to speak about things that people don't like speaking about. Yeah. Man them, and if they're in a chat, sometimes I come for you, I snatch
It's true, guys or ladies. He actually, really defends us out there on his YouTube. So go and watch his YouTube videos. They're really good. So yeah, sorry for
great.
cutting you.
That's it, man. That's it. So yeah, I mean, other than that, I'm your usual guy. I work in banking, and yeah, man. I just I like to be free. You know what I mean? I like to do my thing, and that's it, man.
Just be
Yeah,
yourself.
be myself, be myself, be myself.
Okay,
I,
cool.
I didn't know. You're right, yeah.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm feeling great. I'm,
Good.
really excited about this live and how it's going so far. So thank
Trust
you so
me.
much for being with us.
Mhm.
So how has COVID been treating you? How has this lockdown been? Like, what's going on? Like, fill us in.
What's going on? You know what? COVID for me has been calm. Like I haven't suffered too much.
Oh,
Obviously I live in Birmingham, and
yeah.
I had a flatmate who's just kind of gone back to his parents for a little while, innit? So I'm kind of used to kind of being on my ones and kind of just getting on with things.
Okay.
So I think it depends on what the kind of person you are.
Yeah.
As much as I love being around people, I love the energy, I love, kind of floating off everybody else's kind of energy and that and buzz. I also like my space. And I guess this has been a very sobering and humbling
Humbling. Yeah.
experience as well, where you actually have to live with your thoughts and actually think, okay, cool. So, okay, like I'm in
Well,
quarantine now. What's life
yeah.
in? What's
Yeah.
really about?
Or what's it like to be me? Like, like it really
Exactly.
gets you thinking.
Yeah, it's time to face some inner demons, some inner thoughts.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I think that's so important because when you kind of like go into that kind of section or that kind of I don't know how to even describe it. You kind of stop focusing on like what's going on externally and like you more like focus on yourself. Like, okay, I do this, I do that. Maybe I need to change it to do this and etc. So I think that's really great. That's really good. So thank you again for being on here. Apparently, someone wanted you to do your YouTube intro. So
I can do it. I can
just
do
do
it. I
it
can
for
do
the
it.
fans.
I can do it, man. I'll be like, hey guys, welcome to Little Pepper. You know what time it is. You ain't got the minerals. That's what we do.
Minerals.
That's what you
Thank you
want
so
to
much.
teach me.
Yes, the minerals.
Get me.
Okay, cool. Wonderful. So, yes, we're talking about a relationship,
Cool.
trying to drop some gems that help
Okay.
people share positivity. Those that may be struggling during this time, share some tips, some solutions on things that they can be doing during this time to, make sure that their relationships are thriving and, just doing great.
Mm,
So, yes, I'm sure you have some amazing perspectives to share with us. And yeah, we all can't wait.
beautiful.
So, kind of similar to the questions that I asked Eva. What are your perspective on, like, how lockdown is affecting the different relationships during this time? Oh.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, as I said, my personal stuff, I'm by myself in it, but very much aware that many people. I'm gonna go deep real quick, so guys, stick with me. I'm gonna go deep.
Just hold on tight, guys.
I'm gonna
Let's
go
do it for
straight.
100 real quick.
So I mean, for a lot of people, what I know and understand, especially coming from a black background, African myself, that the hardest thing is going back. It's people going back to home and having to live with people, maybe per se, that you weren't seeing their face every second of the day. You know, right? That's your parents, that's your siblings, maybe it's cousins if whoever you live with. But having to spend that much time with them is something that a lot of us haven't had to do. A lot of us, our exit from that reality has been that we can leave the house, go to work, go see friends, etc., etc.
Yeah,
Now,
school, uni.
school, university, all that
Yeah.
stuff was giving you your exit to be able to maybe cope with certain things at home. Now you're at home. You have to face those things, and they're now in your face 24/7. And I think, as I said, it's not everyone who's going through that. Not everyone's got a family where it doesn't work out. But there are a lot of people who go through a family where it's a bit disjointed. You never really had much conversation with your family previously, and now you're in a position where it's like you're upstairs, they're downstairs. You only come down for food, go back upstairs. I mean, but what quarantine makes people do is realize actually, okay, can I continue this life? Because if this quarantine is going on for the next 3 or 4 months, can I continue living like this? No. So you got two choices. Either you gonna face it, or you're gonna find yourself, I guess, almost a sense of being isolated, and we don't want to be in that position.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, that's
Okay,
I
cool.
think that's relevant.
Yeah. So I guess that's kind of the whole point of us being on here anyway, because there are people out there, going through this, like you said. And we just want to, share some positive perspectives and some solutions on things that they can do. So we'll kind of come back to that afterwards. So what do you
Beautiful.
think about like friendships, that sort of relationship? What do you think? Because obviously there's these memes like, oh, I miss my friends, like, like that kind of thing. I mean, I miss my friends, but they say we can't see. Boris Johnson said that if your friend calls you to go out, say no. So we're missing our friends, like, what's kind of happening on that scene.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know what? Yeah, we do miss out on the sociable aspect. It's not good for man to be alone. You understand? So it's that sociable aspect of our lives where we are physically in contact with one another is sorely missed. Yeah. Sometimes it's just a little nudge and a buzz you have with somebody, the little joke, you rest your hand on their shoulder kind of thing. It's those little nuances of
Do you
human
know
behavior.
what I miss? Sorry to cut you. I miss like when I'm with my friends and I see something that's so funny, and you just want to show it to someone so that you can laugh. Oh my god, I miss that so much.
So all of those things are little things that add to an experience of being in the presence of somebody. Do you know what I mean? Not
Yeah.
neglecting the brethren in that. So I understand that aspect is gone. But what the positive thing I think for me with quarantine is, like I said, people have to get into a place of conversation. Like this is what I'm saying. Like so a lot of time, and the conversation can't just be you broke up with your boyfriend. Now we talk. No, no, no. Let's actually have a conversation. And this is what I think the positive thing about quarantine is that it forces us to really be detailed in the fact that is your relationship with that friend really a relationship, or you just literally have one mutual interest, yeah, the person you don't like or the thing that you don't do, and that's the reason why you're not friends. Because I think that's what, for me, that's what I'm seeing in quarantine is that it gets us to a place where it's like, okay, cool, you're my friend. We've been friends for a long time. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Actually, why are we friends? Because a lot of our relationships oftentimes have to be are dealt with. Well, if you want to talk about friendship, any relationship requires intimacy, right? And
Yeah.
we can break it down into 7 levels of intimacy. There is experiential, which means experiences, going out, doing things, activities, etc., etc.
Mm.
There's emotional, which is like I share my emotions with you. I trust you enough
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
share my intimate part of me. There's also the mental aspect, which is sharing ideas with each other, right? Our mental and intellectual, having deep conversations about life. What's life really about, etc., etc. There is spiritual, your faith, your beliefs. There is also physical, which we can't do because we're in quarantine. The sexual, which is for relationships, and the final one is, like I said, financial, right? So the main one that consists in relationships or friendships really is the emotional aspect and the mental intellect aspect, right? And the experiences. Can't do the experiences necessarily in the sense of physicality, but we can still have an experience. We've got
Yeah,
Zoom, we've
definitely.
got WhatsApp, we've got Insta. We can still have an
Mm.
experience. We can still catch jokes and
There's
bands.
Zoom. Zoom is popping. House party.
The level, Zoom is a level. Do you understand? So all of these things are contributing towards the experiential intimacy. The
Yeah.
part that I think a lot of friendships where you're gonna really start finding out whether you're really friends is whether in this season can I share my intimate moments, my emotions. Because the moment when you're feeling a little bit down or like, I don't really like this quarantine at this moment, can I actually share that with you? And that's
Mm.
what you're gonna start realizing. You have layers of friends. That there are
Yeah.
some friends that you leave at a peripheral edge. There's some friends that are close to you, right?
Yeah.
And it's very, very important. So that I think this quarantine will open up our eyes to like, look, when we're saying friend, and not everybody that's your friend, there are some people that are really close to you and you treasure them. And there's some people that are, you know what, fam, we can catch up in about 4 or 5 weeks. Like, it's not a problem.
Yeah. It's, yeah.
And it
Yeah.
starts to realize in this quarantine who truly is my boy or my girl that I need. That if I go even like 2 or 3 days without, I'm shivering because something I haven't seen no more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what quarantine
That's
really
true.
shows. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's true. I think I've actually spoken to my best friend like every day since we've been apart. So I think that's kind of like, shown me like, or well, both of us, like, how, we really, take ourselves seriously, we really
Mm.
value each other. So yeah, that definitely makes sense. And I think now, I don't know what you think, now more than ever is a good time to, deepen our relationships with our friends and with family, as we mentioned before as well. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. So I guess now for the other segment. So what about relationships, like, like romantic relationships, like, like boyfriend and
Mm.
girlfriend kind of relationship, like, what's on the scene there? I'm sure you probably get like questions and stuff like that in your DM. Yeah, you
Mm.
do, isn't it? Yeah, so what's going on there, like, what do you think?
Again, for me, I can only see positive things for COVID. Well, not COVID, but quarantine. COVID is not negative, it's not positive. But quarantine itself, I can see only positive things. And the reason why I say that is, again, I'm a really favorable person in actually building genuine foundations of friendships and relationships as well, right?
Yeah,
And I think, especially my generation, we're very heavy on the physical intimacy and the sexual intimacy. We're very quick to rush
yeah.
into those things and get
Yeah, I think
excited
that's what
about it.
Eva was saying as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she was saying it earlier on. So we get excited about those things. There's nothing wrong with those things, but a lot of times when we're running on intimacy of physical and sexual, it just speeds a lot of things up and doesn't allow you to be really conscious about the minute details that you're actually going into with somebody, right? So
Yeah.
with obviously the relationship situation. If you're single right now, it's a great time. Listen, the world is your oyster. Do you understand? And the reason why I say that is because yes, there may in a world where we can go outside or whatever, there may have been single events. There may be events at your workplace or whatever, etc. that we have. But you have at your fingertips, without even moving out of your seat, social media, actual dating sites out there, and there are so many. Listen, we're on one right now, Instagram. For me, this is a dating app. You know what I mean? Because people have listed their pictures,
It's true.
their images and videos. They've listed their skills and talents, but they've told you everything you need to know. So all you gotta do is enter the inbox and have a genuine conversation with that person. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think for us in this generation and this time, you've got everything at your fingertip. Like This is not the 1918 pandemic where people are stuck in their house and they can't come out and no one sees them again. You are being seen. Like right now, you're seeing me, I'm seeing you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all of this quarantine, it shouldn't be stopping nobody. It should be increasing your tentacles to be able to
That's
reach.
so funny. I love the energy. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
yeah. Definitely.
Definitely. But okay, so kind of, going a bit back on what you said about, Instagram, for example. I know that a lot of people have, met, spouses on Instagram. I've seen, that Bella Nigel wedding, like, that kind of I think page. Yeah, there's a lot of Instagram weddings. So yeah, so who do you think, okay, you're a guy, right, who do you think should be sliding in those DMs during this
We
time?
should be sliding. Listen, obviously, you know what? Guys should really be sliding. But listen, ladies, listen.
So
You
you
can,
think the girls can slide in the DMs
if you
too?
want to, you can slide, bro. You can
So what
slide.
about this whole thing about girls not making the first move and like
You're not making a move. That's not a move. You're
okay.
sliding into a DM. You're not actually asking for anything. You're just sliding to have a conversation. Be smart about it. Listen,
Mm.
we call it strategic positioning. Yeah. My favorite story is Boaz and Ruth. Everyone
Strategic
loves
positioning.
strategic positioning. Ruth didn't. Ruth sat next to Boaz. You understand? She didn't ask
Mm.
Boaz out.
Look
Boaz
at this
asked her.
guy saying, "Ladies, shoot your shot." It's 2020. That is
It's 2020,
funny.
baby. It's 2020. Get me? You got to be smart. Like it's strategic positioning. So it's not necessarily that you have to ask the guy out. No. You're gonna slide to DM and you maybe seen him put a little video up and you're like, oh, do you know what? I like what you just did there. What was that video about? It's a casual conversation. Give him the chance,
Mm.
obviously respond. Do you get me? And then make that move. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, listen, it's 2020. Like a few photos, maybe
I
one or
mean, okay. I mean,
two. That's all we're
I'm
asking.
more here for the, I'll like your video, I'll comment on your video. I'm not sure about sliding in the
What's
DM.
wrong? What's the wrong with the DM? See, you see, the DM has already got you guys feeling a certain way. It's only a DM. It's an inbox. It's a
That's true.
personal chat. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
mm,
Nothing
mm.
crazy. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
If you keep it simple, right? Which is
Mm,
that look, you saw something that they did, and you commented about what they did. Do you
mm.
understand? You've actually opened the door for the person to come and walk through. If he decides not to walk through, continue with your life. You've lost
That's
nothing.
true.
But if you step in and then you're like, yeah, you look nice. Of course, then he's going to give it a choice. Oh, like,
I don't think
ah,
any girl would say that.
exactly. So stepping on a thing or strategically placing yourself somewhere. You understand?
Yeah.
You liked one or two photos. You slide to them. Say, hey, do you know what? I really liked your content that you put out. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's it. You understand? That's it. And then you go about your business. If he decides to move, then he moves. If he doesn't move, he doesn't move. But you've lost nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Wonderful. So, guys or ladies, it's okay to slide into DMs. Just
Okay,
don't be,
slide, man.
too bait about, what you're trying to do. If you think he's
That's
playing, you
it.
don't have to say. Just keep it to
Strategic.
yourself. Okay, cool. So we spoke a lot about, dating and stuff like that during this time. So, kind of let's zoom into people that are in relationships. What are some? Okay, so you said that you're getting questions in your
Mm.
DMs and stuff like that. Okay, let's kind of explore. What are some of the questions that are coming up?
I think, you know what, it's more of a case of like what to do. Like mine was more like in terms of like moving to people. So it's not really relationship people in terms of quarantine. But most people ask me maybe if it's a relationship thing, just in terms of how to foster more emotional intimacy. They might ask me about celibacy in a relationship, whether this guy or girl likes them. They might ask me those kind of questions usually. So those are the kind of questions I really kind of get in that particular thing. I haven't had many in terms of quarantine. I think I've had one person say, listen, how do I how do I make a move in quarantine? I'm like, man,
Okay.
it's the same way you did it if you were online or offline, whether you were not quarantined or not. It's the same way.
Okay. Okay, cool. Okay then. So, what do you think people that are in relationships right now should be doing during this time?
Oh, this is a beautiful time for you. This is a beautiful time for you. You know why? Because you have to talk. Yeah. No more of the, I call it covering up the cracks of a relationship with touching, feeling, kissing, touching areas they don't need to be doing. We cover up a lot of things. Are being deadly serious. We do. We get gassed and doing things and doing activities and stuff like that. But you don't listen. The longevity of your relationship is dependent upon how
Yeah.
much intimacy I can really foster with you, and how much
Yeah.
intimacy I can trust in you. These are the longevity of relationships. Whether you're a religious person or not a religious person, the long-lasting relationships, they will tell you, are people who foster the
Yeah.
emotional and mental aspects of their relationship. So in this season, you've got no excuse. Man them, girl them, start getting out your phone or your notepad and start writing down questions of what you want to know about your partner. This is the key time. Look, conversation sometimes is, or sometimes can be free flowing, no worries. And there's times where you have to start planning because you need certain answers. Yeah, because there's certain things that we don't know about the other person. And I always say this as well, like, there's a story that I love reading, which is Jacob in the Bible. He says, listen, look, he had two women that he dated, but the first one he got given, right, was given in darkness. And he thought it was the other girl. And the reason why he thought that is because there was no fostering of intimacy between the girl that he really liked. So when you begin to develop that relationship with that person, you begin to illuminate your relationship. Actually, wow, I didn't realize there's other aspects of relationships that's actually blossoming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of you don't
Yeah.
listen to your partner on the phone. After 10 minutes, you're tired because you're not used to it. But this is the perfect time to start getting to a place of having conversations, find out their interests, actually their hobbies, what they actually like to get into, what can we plan to do in the future. All these things are required from conversation. And this is what Corinthians like to do. Pick up the phone. I say, hey, babe, listen, I just want to call you. What's going on? Like, do you know what? I didn't even know about this. Like, hey, what's this? What's your? Do you know what I mean? Like, what's the fight question?
Yeah.
Do you know? Do you know her?
Yeah.
Do you know the person's names? You know what I'm saying? Do you know what they're envisioning at the moment? Do you know where they want to go? You know what I'm saying? Have they got any plans after quarantine? Look, these are the questions that we should be asking each other. You know what I mean? Getting gassed about that.
Yeah.
That's the most important part. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think during this time as well, a lot of people are forced to, like, just kind of sit by themselves and, like, kind of deep life and, like, think a lot about things that they may not usually think about. So like you said, if you have a partner or a boyfriend or girlfriend, now is a good time to be asking them those serious questions. Okay, cool. So for people that are not in any relationships right now,
Okay.
is there any kind of things that you can say to them, like, about finding love during quarantine, like, what do you think?
I think, you know what, if you're single right now, it's a great, again, I'm positive about, this quarantine. It's a great time. It's a great time to work on yourself. You know what, it's a great time to, you got YouTube there, yeah, which is abundance of resources, of things that we can use to actually, I call it upgrading yourself, right? Developing yourself.
Yeah.
And look, all of us have some level of issues that we need to sort out, right? Whether you need to develop mental intimacy or emotional intimacy, like, these kind of things can be worked out by acquiring information. A change of mindset comes when you inject knowledge. So this is a time to actually start. This is a time to actually start kind of feeding yourself, to really develop yourself. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not talking about even just courses in terms of business and stuff. I'm talking about your personal development. You understand? Because I always remember a story in with David in King David. Listen, the guy was a king. Yeah, the guy was wicked at warring. Like, this guy, imagine he was this guy would be like, someone in the world would be like, he's an amazing boss. Yeah, he gets things done. Yeah, business is always thriving, but his relationships are all over the place. So you can be blessed in other areas of your life. Your finances are on point. Your job's on point. Your mortgage is on point. Your car is on point. Your shoes are on point. Your clothes are on point. But when it comes to the opposite sex, suddenly there's a problem. What's the problem? The work hasn't been done within yourself. And now you're not ready for that particular blessing of that individual person. A person in your life is there to expose the negatives in you. Because of the good stuff you're going to do all the time. The stuff that that's in you that's not great, that person's going to expose it in you. Yeah, the patience you got, the rudeness sometimes you got, sometimes you're not sure how to handle certain
and stuff like that.
It's going to be exposed. Do you know what I mean? In a relationship. So this, for you as a single person, you can always get your eyes set on the courses and the business stuff. Like, you're going to do that anyway because you want money. We all want it, right? So we're going to do those things. They're naturally coming to us. But when it comes to our own development, this is the greatest time and season. This is where you can find out your gifts and your talents. Like, you can start. People have started doing things they never thought they could even do in the season. Had time to sat down for. Oh, do you know what? Maybe. I remember and see what happens. And they do it, and they suddenly realize they've got some talent, got some skill in that area.
Yeah.
This is a great time for you to discover especially what do I personally need to work on? Do you know what, myself even today I do a lot of psychology things in terms of learning. By the way, I failed psychology in school, so this is strange. But for me, I know that when I study stuff online and stuff, I went to look at today empath, right? Because I'm a bit of an empath, so I feel people's emotions and stuff like that, right? But I didn't even realize there's 3 categories of empath. I was like, "Raw, hold on a minute, I need to start reading this." And when I started reading it, I started
So
to
it
realize
kind of
myself.
took you back to like discovering something that you wouldn't necessarily have discovered during that time, or
Definitely.
during a normal
I'm a
season.
normal
I mean,
because I'm
yeah,
spending
yeah,
more time reading and
yeah.
trying to find out more stuff. Like I said, change don't come until you inject the knowledge. So, yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I definitely agree. I feel like I've had kind of similar experiences as well, where I've just been, just spending time with myself, and I was like, oh, I didn't know this about me,
Mm.
kind of thing. Like it was like, oh, okay, this is really cool. Like and you just kind of come out with those things from within you, which is really great. So I guess more. Okay, so that's like for a single person right now is a good time to develop yourself, basically. So what about finding love? Do you have any tips for our guys out there that are looking for love, or our girls out there that are looking for love and they're just like, Kojo, what can we do?
Guys, look, man. Like I said previously, um, there's, you know what? This is a perfect time, like I said, just to have conversation. So no pressure. You know, the greatest relationships come with the foundation of friendship. So there is no pressure to hit him hard. Like get a DM and hit him hard. Collect the DM, collect the girl number. Da, da, da. No, this is a great time actually to start fostering actual relationships with people. Yeah, you may like them from the beginning, you may find them attractive. Okay, cool, but foster a conversation. Do you know what I mean? You ain't gotta go in 100% hard. We're in quarantine. Ain't nobody going nowhere. So listen, slow it down. Do you understand, man? Them slow it
Yeah.
down. Have conversation. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if you could only focus on conversation, which is about how buff the person is, you're already a miss. So maybe you actually need to go back, work on actually, wait, I'm not very good at conversation. Okay, let me look at some tips on how to build conversation. This is what I'm trying to say. This is the
Books,
people.
there's videos, there's lots of
Videos,
resources.
there's
Yeah.
books, everything out there. So there's no excuse. But if like conversation is the biggest thing. Look, when men are picking up girls on the street, it's because of the conversation. The chat is on point. You understand? The chat is on point. There's confidence. Do you understand? And if you lack confidence in that area, then what you got to do is start developing that area of yourself. So there's no excuse. The right girl can come along, but please develop the chat. You understand? Yeah? Develop the chat a little bit. Develop how to formulate a conversation if it's not natural to you. That's all I'm asking. Do some work. That's what I'm saying for the season.
Do some work. So that's what the guys do some work. I'm sure the girls have to do some work as well. So
They do, yeah.
yeah.
The ladies are lucky though, isn't it? Because obviously they get chosen in that sense. You understand? I mean, but there's still work to do. You understand? There's still work to do. But yeah, you get chosen. Like I said, just strategically place yourself there, lady. Strategically place yourself. You understand? Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you kind of have any recommendation in terms of dating sites? I know Eva said that she was just like kind of testing to see which one works for you. But do you have any recommendations?
I don't actually have any recommendations, guys, because I don't actually use dating sites. But then again, like I said, this is social media. This is a perfect dating site. I don't want to hear nothing else about anything else. This social media is a perfect dating site. In fact, it's even better than the Tinders and Dems. Why? Because everything someone will put everything on social media for everybody to see. If they haven't got Instagram, they might have Facebook, or even Twitter. Let me tell you, like Twitter is beautiful. No, Twitter is beautiful. Here's why: because people start tweeting their actual mind. This is because what you want to look. The face is good, but you want to find out what the mind is saying. If they're crazy, it don't matter how buff they are. If they're crazy, it don't matter how buff they are. Do you understand? So if you start seeing some tweets, like I don't know if you guys saw the TL today, anti-black tweets about this woman. You don't want to date someone like that. You want to date.
No, I haven't seen that.
But you would never know that unless you're on something like Twitter, where someone tweets their actual thoughts. So listen, slow it down. There's no rush to date somebody. Look, if they've got social media platforms, engage on those platforms. Find out a little bit more about them. But this is what I'm saying. Everything comes back down to having conversation. Do you know what I mean? In terms of what you want to choose, listen, you can choose whatever you want to choose. You know what I'm saying? Just be authentic about what you're doing and be diligent. Yeah, because people lie out here. Yeah,
just like that. People
5'9".
lie.
Get me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's technology out there. So have a conversation. There's video calls out there. You can see their face. No one should be getting catfish in 2020. Listen, if they don't want to show their face, you shouldn't be getting catfish in 2020. Let them view a video of their face. The only way they can get catfish is that they sent their cousin ahead of time to video you every single time. But other than that, you shouldn't be getting catfish. Understand?
Someone said, "Are you single?"
I'm not single.
So you're not available for, you know, any lady that's okay, guys. Sorry,
I don't want to die.
sorry to, you know,
Babes, I
let you
love you.
down. He's not single. No,
Don't let me out.
he's taken. He's taken. Do you know any guys that's single? You know, just asking for a sister.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, okay, cool. So basically, guys, you know, just, you know, it's okay. Just, you know, put your big heel trousers on and just slide into the DMs.
Listen, girls, please strategically place yourself there. You understand?
Yeah.
That's
Kojo
all.
says he has a friend, so
Yeah.
message him.
Depends what you want. A lot of them are musicians, isn't it? They're in the chat right now. I know they're here. So a lot of them are musicians, isn't it? Musicians are dangerous. Be careful of them. They'll be playing keys on your hats. Be careful.
Look, they're all coming to this stuff. But yeah, if you guys, if you want a man, if you want someone to talk to, you know, just that conversation that we talking about, yes, you can just head right over to Little Black Book. Yeah, you know that run.
Don't worry about it, you got it.
And then you just, yeah, you get sorted out there. Okay, cool. So the same question I asked Eva that I got on Instagram, which I thought was interesting. Why does a guy switch up on a girl out of nowhere, or why does the guy switch up on you out of nowhere?
Look, number one answer to this question is that, listen, the guy has got other targets. Do you understand? More than likely, you weren't number one target. You understand? Maybe you were paperweight. You understand?
What?
You were paperweight. You were there for a time. Yeah, you were just there to make up. You weren't actually the number one. Do you understand? And the real target has come into play, or a better target has come into play, and that's why the attention switched. Number two, other one is that, listen, the guy just wasn't serious. You know what I mean? Maybe things weren't going the way he wanted it to go. To get what he wanted out of the situation, so therefore he quickly got out of the situation. Number three, guys, this is also one of the tactics that guys use, which is I'm gonna come, hit it a little bit, break a little wall or two, dip off, come back in a week or two for you and see what I want again. So sometimes this is a game that guys play because they know that when the guy goes off, because what the whole point is that you are more attracted to somebody who's mysterious. If I dip off for a week without saying nothing, your mind is definitely thinking, what the heck? So when I come back, and listen, this is where you have to, I always say this thing, PEW is like your position, expectation, and your wants. When a person does the disappearance.
Wait, slow it down. PEW,
your
position, expectation, and your wants. Just slowing it down for someone
just
out
slowing
there.
it down. So the PEW is for you have to state your position, which is if you like the person, just be open with it. Look, I like you. But then you have to attach your expectation to that. If you do not attach your expectation, is what we call a gray area, which is that when the gray area exists, you're neither here, neither there, and the person can do whatever they want because you never defined it. Do you understand? So now the guy pretends as if he's dumb. Oh, you know, you never defined it. You never said what we were. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have the onus to
that kind of situationship kind of thing.
Situationship ended up in, right? And then the W is for him. So once you ask him his expectation, can he meet the expectation? Once he says no, ladies, please, I'm begging you. Once expectation and he cannot meet the expectation, you dip. That's it. You run. You say thank you very much. That's it. So when this guy dips and comes back to you, you hit him straight with it. Listen, look, my expectancy, I like communication. If you're gonna dip off, that's not my thing. Sorry. I've got better things to do. That's my thing. And then once he commits it by saying, okay, I'm not going to do it again, and he does it again, you're done. Let your word be law. Don't go back to your word. Let your word be law, which is why I choose your words very carefully. But yeah, I mean, guys dip off for a whole different bunch of reasons. And I think the first speaker kind of said it straight, which is that it's more dependent upon your particular reaction. Do you get me? What are you going to do? But like I always say, I always work with a PEW. If you can use that, once he's verbal, you can hold him to the word. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And after that, if he does something different to that, he's a liar. And he's a snake.
He's a liar. He's a liar. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for that. I think, you know, that little gem, guys, you know, kind of implement it into your, you know, daily conversations with guys. Position, expectation, and wants. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kojo.
No worries.
I feel like that's more or less it. We kind of touched on everything here or there. Any final
Cool.
thoughts from you?
Yeah, guys, listen, look, make sure you just subscribe to my channel, like, share, subscribe. That's Little Black Book 91. But as well, if you do like, I also do well, I call it relationship counseling if you want to call it that. I just lend my ear. So guys, if you're looking for that as well to have a conversation one, and we get deep. So I'm not talking about just a surface talk. I will listen and we'll get really deep with certain things to explore. Some traumas, some of the things are to do with relationship aspects and stuff like that. If you are looking for someone to do that, it's not free. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's not free. My time is not free. Call at me, just DM me or inbox me, whatever, and we can arrange a time and actually like have an
Oh,
appointment.
wait. There's some questions coming in.
Oh yeah, come then, come then.
There's some questions. It's quite
Let's
funny.
go.
There's a guy I like on this live. So are you trying to say I should DM him?
Mm, that is very sweet.
Let me just try and see who's on this live.
That is very sweet.
Who is that?
It's one of my boys, isn't it?
What do you think? Should she go for it?
Listen, look, have a conversation, man. You got nothing to lose, man. Do you know what I mean? Have a conversation. Do you know what I mean? But give him room. Give him room to maneuver. Do you understand? Like, don't lock yourself
So
into
what's it, sis, do it?
Yeah, just to say that, hey, look, I like what you do. You know what I'm saying? You seem like a fun guy.
Your page looks nice.
Your page looks nice, or like, you know what I mean? I saw you play a little instrument. Like, do you play guitar? Look, some girls are very crafty and they're very smart, and it's very good. They see the guy
Crafty is not the
guitar.
word. Look, it's creative.
What?
We have creative minds, okay? Not crafty.
Understand? So find something that will be strategic in there. Do you know what I mean? If maybe he's played guitar one time, we saw him in the front of a piano. Just say, oh, do you like play the piano? And then start a conversation that way. That's it. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool. So that's good, guys. You know, for whoever that female was, that's a conversation starter. You know, go check his page. You know, see what he does, and just be like, oh, I like your page. What do you do? Blah blah blah. Oh, I'm learning how to play the keyboard as well.
That's it. What the keyboard to play, babe.
Okay, cool. There was this one last question, I think, pertaining to the one about the guy that switched up on you. It says, what if I've got feelings for him and I'm struggling to leave?
Okay. You know what? You're allowed to have feelings. There's nothing wrong with feelings. But do you know what? There's a lovely song I like to play. I think I'm gonna leave right now before I fall any deeper. It means, yeah, at this point where you have sense, that you realize that even that you're deep, it's still a level of consciousness. Do you understand? And that consciousness is, we have to deny ourselves sometimes. You know what I mean? Because there's a feeling that, and I'll say this is always duty over feelings. If you listen to the duty over the feelings, right, it will save you most times, right? Because sometimes our feelings just really want to lie to us, bro. Like, you know, you're in love with the idea, not the person. You're in love with the idea of having them, not the person. The person you want. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And so for me, I would say, listen, look, it's nothing wrong with having feelings for somebody, even if they're annoying and they're rude, whatever. Because sometimes we fall in love with people. We don't even fall in love. We like people that are just, you know, in some way,
or just not the one, not the one.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's nothing wrong with that. But you've now understood that you're in a place where this is going to cause you long-term damage if you continue pressing forward. So you have to kind of go for duty over feeling. So whether that requires, and listen, I always say this as well, look, if it gets to a point where you can't handle seeing that person, you block. All the way, block. Yeah, block them on Insta, block them on Facebook, block them, because what that does for you is psychologically what it's saying is, I'm not having any more interactions with you. I'm not doing it now. But if you've got to block the number as well, block it. Do whatever you got to do to block. And then what it does psychologically, it allows you to reset. You understand?
Just move on, yeah.
And move on. Out of sight, out of mind, they say. But if you keep seeing them on the social media, your heart does the good-do, good-do. You know what I mean? It does that kind of stuff. You don't want to feel that. Yeah.
blocker. That's funny.
Blocker.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. I think that's all for the questions. Yeah, I don't see any more coming in. So yeah, thank you so much for being on here with us, Kojo. It was amazing. Thank you for all them gems. Like, guys, don't forget that PEW. I was gonna say PEE like in school.
Yeah.
The PEW. Okay, ladies, it's important. It's important. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Oh, I think there's another question.
Go for it, man. Go for it.
Okay. Just one last question, and then we're gonna
That's right.
So it says, how persistent should you be when talking to someone?
Do you know what? I'm of the school, yeah. Look, there are some girls who really like they like a bit of an intense chase. Listen, guys, let me tell you honestly, bro. Listen, it's not worth your heartache. You understand? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go where you're loved. Listen, I'm being real, man. Go where you're loved. Listen, have a conversation with the person. If the person's resisting the movement, back off. Back off, because what all you're doing is causing friction. Do you know what I mean? And as you're causing friction, you're causing heat. As you're causing heat, you're just causing more annoyance. Do you understand? And before you know it, you're in a group chat of the girls' chat. No, it shouldn't be you. It shouldn't be you. No, 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 no. It should be you. Assess it. See where if you're meeting a wall, you can ask certain questions which are very open. And this is what I do. Ask open-ended questions. If the person's willing to respond, and then there may be an issue where there's something that's hampering them actually having a conversation with you. If they don't respond to these open questions and they open it with closed question answers, yes and no, it's a dead tinkers. Yeah. And if that person, even if they tell you in 5 months' time, I really, really liked you, you should continue. No, 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 no. There's none of that stuff. None of that stuff. None of that stuff. Because when I left, you didn't even chase. So we don't hear none of that. You understand? If you meet resistance, if you do some open-ended questions, okay, and a person responds by opening up little by little, it might not open it up immediately, but they open little by little, and they give you a bit more than just a yes or a no, yeah. And you know this, you guys, you feel it. No, no, no. Let's be real. You feel it when it's not right. You text them, they don't text back tomorrow. Come on, guys. Like, the feeling. Like,
But what if you're busy?
well, hey, in quarantine, busy where? Busy where? Listen, I talk to my babes every day because I will text you in the morning, afternoon, at night. I'll call you. Blood, listen, you like that is a dead excuse. Anybody telling you they are too busy? No, no, I'm too busy for you. Too busy for you.
Okay.
I'm busy, but I'm too busy for you. That's the truth. You understand? Yeah. So shift off. There's other people that will love you and like you. You understand? Yeah. Don't struggle, man. It's not struggle, love. Mm-mm-mm.
The when I left you didn't chase this. I think it seems a bit questionable.
Yeah.
Anyway, well,
Well, I left you didn't chase though. When I was trying it and you didn't want me to try it, you stopped me from blocking, and then I moved away. You didn't chase me, but 5 months later, you told me I actually liked you. Please, 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 please. When I left, you didn't come for me again. So please, I don't want to hear that. Go in
okay.
the corner. You understand?
Okay, cool. That's fine. No worries. No worries. We hear you, sir. Wonderful. Thank you so, so much. So that's it, guys, for all the questions. Thank you guys for your questions. And thank you, Kojo, for answering our questions and, sharing all these gems and perspectives of us. We really appreciate you guys. So thank you to Kojo. And yeah, we'll catch up with you another time. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, man. More love, people.
Wonderful. Thank you. Bye. Okay, cool. So thank you guys so much. Our conversations with our speakers, Eva and Kojo. Yeah, I think it's been great. Some interesting stuff. If you want to rewatch the live, I'm gonna share it. So anything that you probably didn't, that you want to hear it again, like you want to hear it again, you can go back. But yeah, I hope it was beneficial to some of you. I know at the beginning we touched on some really sensitive issues, like about what's going on in their homes right now. Can you save this, please? Yes, I will save it. It's going to be on our story. Yeah, so we touched on some really sensitive issues, things that's going on in the home right now. Went to talk about our friendships and things that we can be doing during this time to make sure that our relationships that are meaningful are staying meaningful, and getting deeper, and we're kind of building on that and kind of helping ourselves in the process, because we spoke about you really you get to know during this time who is for you and who is not for you. So yeah, so that's just just a small. I hope you guys really enjoyed the session, and as promised, our giveaway, I'm trying to do the drum roll. We're gonna do it now, just before we end the live. So I feel really bad. What's my little sister doing in this live, please? That's so funny. I feel really bad because I tried to say, guys, to fully enter the giveaway, you have to tag your friends in the comments, and you know, only a few people kind of caught on to that. So unfortunately for the guys, we kind of have a clear winner for the guys, who is Daniel. So he was the only guy that actually commented. So I mean, he's already the clear winner for the guys. But for the ladies, I'm gonna do the random. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna do the random wheel spinner thingy, and then we're gonna see who basically won. So if you guys wanna join me, okay, cool. So tap. Okay. D d d d. Ah! Oh my gosh, Cherry Andy! Woo! Oh my days! She really wanted to win. She really, really wanted to win. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well done, Cherry. And thank you guys for everyone who shared the live and the fly and everything. Thank you guys for coming on here. She says it must be a mistake. There was no mistake. I made sure I showed you guys everything. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming on the live, for sharing, for being a part of you know, sessions and everything. I hope you guys really benefited from, you know, all the things that we've shared and all the things that we've been sharing over the few weeks. Well done, Cherry, for winning for winning the giveaway. So she'll be getting the female book is Why I'm Still Single. Why Am I Still Single? Some things I wish my mum told me. And then Daniel will be getting the book about how to get laid. So yes, thank you, Eva, once again for our giveaway prizes. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here with us another week. I think this was our 5th week, and we've actually come to the end of April, you know, so keep strong, guys, you know, keep going. We repost our lives as well, like some snippets like during the week. So if you want to just go and refresh your memory and stuff like that, any tips or anything, we're here as well. Slide into the DMs and like we'll be happy to help out with anything. And yeah, you know, we hope you guys are coping well during this time of lockdown. And you know, yeah, we're here for you guys. Thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for being here with us. And yeah, thank you. Okay, so as usual, I want to see you guys say bye. You know, I feel like I'm looking extra cute today. I might go, you know, video date someone. I'm joking. Anyway, bye guys. Have a good week. I hope you guys, you know, do something productive this week and, you know, enjoy yourself this week. So yeah, I'm just talking. I'm waiting for you guys to say bye. Bye everyone. See you guys next week. Bye. 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 Okay, cool. I think now is a good time. Okay, cool. See you guys. Bye. Thank you.